The Mario Party series has been through its ups and downs. Like, people hate on every game that released from 2012 all the way until 2021's Mario Party Superstars. And for the most part, a lot of their reasons are incredibly valid. The one from that era that I have never really seen any criticism given towards is 2016's Mario Party Star Rush. And I don't think that it's because it's widely considered a great game or anything, because it's not. I think it's just because nobody cares enough to talk about it. It released during a very strange time to be a Nintendo fan. The Wii U was dead, so anything after it released. The 3DS was doing okay, but everyone was just waiting and waiting for the Nintendo Switch, which was only known by the codename NX at the time, to be revealed. Star Rush just felt like such a nothing release. It existed solely to be a Mario game on the 3DS in late 2016. Nobody cared. And nobody in Japan cared at all, because on October 20th, its release date in Japan, something happened. The only relevance this game has had in years was due to this fact, ironically enough, because back in January 2025, when we were all just dying for the Switch 2 trailer to drop, it was leaked that it would finally happen on January 16th. There's no way, right? That's when Donkey Kong Country Returns HD releases. They wouldn't overshadow their next game with the reveal of their next console. Yeah, they did that. This caused several people to bring up the fact that Star Rush released in Japan the same day the Switch was revealed, all the way back in 2016. You're joking that this was almost a decade ago. I hate everything about time. I mean, the only Donkey Kong discussion I saw that day was how everyone hated his new design in Mario Kart. Anyway, enough rambling. On to a Mario Party 3DS game. Not that one. Or that one. That one. Mario Party Star Rush is so weird. Instead of a traditional Mario Party game mode like most people have been begging for since Mario Party 9, they tried to reinvent the series again. So gone is the standard board game that we all knew, and gone is the car format that everybody hated. Instead, we've got Toad Scramble. Every time I read out or see that name, I just think of like scrambling Toad like eggs. It has the same general premise and goals of a regular game of Mario Party: get coins, stars, and play mini-games. But other than that, I question how these are even part of the same series. Instead of different spaces, you go around this grid board thing and everybody rolls and moves at the same time. Okay, they marketed this as making the game go by faster. It doesn't. Not really at all. Like if special events like Ally Duels only happened on people participating in them screen and everyone else could still do whatever they wanted while that was going on, then fine. But no, everyone has to watch people take way too long to pick a card. Speaking of allies, you play as one of 4 Toads, and when you're going around the board, you can collect different allies, also known as the characters you actually want to play as. Then you can either stay as Toad or swap to one of them. Who stays as Toad? The allies you get will help you during bosses, as well as certain things around the board that I don't really care enough to discuss. I think this is a really cool idea, but there's essentially no effort involved in getting them. You just pass them on the board and now they're your best friends. I wish it was that easy in real life. The only way you have to work for them is if you land on the same space as another player and you do an ally duel. And like I mentioned before, stars are still a big part of the game. You win by having the most. But you only get them through boss battles, which play a much larger role here than they do in any other Mario Party. That's how the game is finished, by defeating all of the bosses. Mini-games don't happen after each turn. Yes, that's the case in the car style, but still, you only play minigames whenever somebody pops a coin balloon. They're not infrequent or anything, but the fact that you have to pop a balloon on the board randomly to play a mini game in Mario Party is just kind of confusing to me. I mean, I guess it technically makes more sense than the car styles where you had to land on the mini game spaces, which are pretty rare, but still. The boards themselves are just so forgettable. There's technically the most in the entire series here, I think, at 15, but I don't care about a single one of them. They all blend together and they're just so boring. The way they're set up is kind of weird too. They're laid out like Mario levels, 1-1, 1-2, etc. But for some reason, the first set of boards is called World 0. which is grass themed. World 1 is beach, 2 is ghost house, 3 is cake and desserts, and World 4 is Bowser's Castle. The fact that Bowser's Castle is World 4 makes the fact that they started at 0 even weirder. So I'm not gonna go over all 15 because they're just generic and boring like I've already mentioned. The amount of bosses is determined by which level you pick. Usually it's 3 for the first, 4 for the second, and 5 for the third, except on World 0, which has 1 less for each level. And I get that it's supposed to be a tutorial, that's why it's World 0. But World 1 would have gotten that across just fine. Now I don't actually hate this style of Mario Party, but I just don't think it's as fun as the classic style or even the cars in my opinion. I applaud them for trying something new again, but that's not what people wanted back in 2016. They wanted this Mario Party, not Toad's Fun Land. Also, the early to mid 2010s had to be a phenomenal time to be a Toad fan. Like, he got his own game, his own Mario Party mode, overtaking Paper Mario basically. Like, it felt like the only thing he was missing was a Smash Bros. Roster spot. If you get a certain amount of stars at the end, you achieve what is known as a star rush. Wonder if they named the game after that. I don't know what it does. If you get more than that amount, you have the honor of getting a superstar rush. Again, no idea what that does or means. Toad Scramble is a fine substitute for traditional Mario Party, I guess, but like I said previously, it's just not as good as the types that preceded it. It just feels like they're trying to do anything but what people want. Coinathlon is a very weird mode. Basically, you compete in a bunch of minigames that are all about getting coins. I'll talk about the actual minigames themselves more later. The more coins you get, the further you go around this board. You can use items to slow your opponents down, and it's actually not that bad. Not my favorite Mario Party mode of all time or anything, but it's pretty good. Sometimes Bowser will appear and you have to play one of his 3 minigames. If you lose, you get sent back several spaces. My favorite part is that it doesn't really drag on at all. It's very fast paced. Each round I played only lasted about 10 minutes or less. There's a free play option that allows you to pick whichever of the coin minigames you want. Okay, not bad Star Rush. I actually probably like this more than Toad Scramble. Balloon Bash is the most like normal Mario Party yet. You go around the board and use coins to buy stars. I don't care at all. I'm sorry, I played this for 4 turns and knew that I had 0 desire to finish the game. Apparently there's the boss battles in here somewhere as well. I don't care. This is like almost no different than Toad Scramble. The only difference is that you don't have to do a boss fight to get a star, as far as I can tell anyway. I don't get the point of this mode. Why do they keep doing this garbage where they almost do standard Mario Party, first Amiibo Party in 10 and now this, but they just completely obliterate it every single time? I don't get it. It's a rhythm game using various classic tracks from throughout the Mario series up until that point. It's okay. I mean, you can select different instruments, so that's neat, but none of them sound particularly good. I picked drums and it just sounds so off. They don't belong here. It's a fine distraction mode, I guess, but nothing else. I don't get why this has its own section on the main menu. This should have just been buried alongside the other minigames, like how the choicest voice in Mario Party Island Tour was. Mario Shuffle. It's not great. You pick 3 characters and roll dice in an attempt to get everyone to the other side of this straight path before your opponent's team does. It's just so pointless. I don't understand why this is here. There's no strategy or skill involved. No minigames. It's just not fun. I mean, I guess it's mildly amusing when one of the other characters jumps on somebody and they fall over and lose a turn. That's just hilarious. It uses the same cheap-looking cardboard cutout things that Amiibo Party from Mario Party 10 uses. I mean, you can even use Amiibo here as well. I've played this mode exactly 1 time and will likely never do it again. I'm lying. It got me a good amount of party points for 5 minutes worth of my time. But it's just not enjoyable. There's not even really a decent idea at its core here either. It's just a pointless mode designed to give the player a false sense of more content. It's kind of embarrassing that developer time was spent on this. But to be fair, it was probably only like 3 days worth of effort, but still. They could have used that 3 days for a vacation. There are a total of 53 minigames in Star Rush, and they're split into 4 different categories: free-for-all, boss battles, coin chaos, and Bowser's Gauntlet. That's a surprisingly small amount of minigames, especially when compared to the previous entries. Mario Party 10 had 75, and Island Tour had 81, for example. How did the handheld game have more than the big console one? That's just Wii U era priorities, I guess. I don't know. Acornucopia. You've got a plate of 5 acorns, and every time you bump into a Goombrat, you lose one. This one's kind of lame. It's just so slow. If you bump into another player, you get stunned for a second too, which gets incredibly annoying. Corkscrew Climb. You automatically run up this tower and have to jump over the amps. I don't like this one. Your order is selected randomly, and whenever you get hit, you get sent to the back of the line. Whoever's in front, once you reach the top, is the winner. It just feels too random, like there's no way of knowing when the amps are going to appear. The previous game was too slow, and this one just goes too fast. Piece of cake. I just don't get this one. You match the fruit, but it's just way too hard and confusing in my opinion. I'm just an idiot probably. I don't know. Maybe playing 3 Mario Party games like this has just made me really dumb. Lava Labyrinth. You go around this maze level thing avoiding the blargs in order to get the biggest treasure chest first. It's okay. I'm surprised that there was only 1 round. This feels like the kind of game they drag on and on for at least 3. Piranha Plantimonium, I think that's how you say that. This one is just kind of awkward to control. Move back and forth shooting piranha plants. If you get hit by another player's shot, you'll be stunned for a little bit too long. Sometimes golden piranha plants will appear that are worth more points, and giant golden ones take multiple hits, and whoever kills it gets 10 points. Greedy Eats. This is a slightly more original take on those minigames where you can't pick the same thing as someone else, like the King Babam boss in Mario Party 9. Except everyone is guaranteed to at least get something here. You press either A or B to pick a plate of cookies, and you have to split them with whoever else picked the same plate. So you're obviously going to want to pick the plate that as few people as possible pick, but it's just entirely random. It's fine, I guess. Jump to conclusion. Press either A to do a small jump or B for a big jump to go up this set of stairs thing while avoiding the piranha creepers. It's okay, but whereas some minigames punishments felt too harsh, this one feels too soft, I guess. Like you just get stunned for a second. I would have expected you'd get pushed back at least a step or 2, but nope. Whatever, this one is just okay, and it's really easy. Rolls for moles. Time your ball roll to cause as much mole death as possible. It's okay, but I'm just not good at it. Why do they keep jumping out? Are they dumb? Do they want to die? Wheelin' and Wigglin'. This one just made me dizzy. You're controlling this wiggler thing, and you have to bump into your opponents to take away parts of their wiggler things. It's not great. The controls are weird, and again, it made me kind of dizzy. Blowboat Battle. Oh my gosh, you have got to be kidding me. You have to physically blow into the microphone to push your boat forward and steer it using the circle pad. If the last minigame was an attempt to make me dizzy, they might be trying to make me faint with this one. Is this game trying to kill me? Fruit or foe? I hate this one. You have to pick the house that has the shy guy holding the most apples, and really don't pick the ones with the chain chomps. But as far as I can tell, it's entirely random. That is super annoying. I hate random minigames. Bumper bugs. Swipe the touchscreen to touch every flag as quickly as possible. It's fine, but the controls could be way better. Top it off. Be the first to grab the piece that completes the bottom image. There are so many minigames like this in Mario Party, but it's not that bad, I guess. Probably one of, if not my favorite minigame in this game so far. It takes a familiar concept and changes it up ever so slightly by making it way faster. Splat a stamp. Again, this is an old idea for a game. Color as much of the thing as you can, but with a twist, I guess. I don't really know. You have to fling the paint using the touchscreen. Actually pretty enjoyable, and this is my favorite game so far. Parkour War. Get 3 gems to the top by bouncing on these mushroom platforms. Everyone just keeps getting in my way. Move. Fruit Parade. In this game, you have to count the fruit carried by the shy guys. You keep count by using the touchscreen. It's okay. Haunted Hallways. You go through the doors until you find the right room. The rooms you've entered are marked on the bottom screen. It's fine, but a little bit confusing, I guess, which is probably the point. Roller Ravine. Avoid the spiky logs. It's not terrible, but it just drags on for too long. Why does everybody have 3 lives? This should have just been a one hit and you're dead kind of game. You can jump, but I honestly never felt the need to do so. Jewel Janitors. Vacuum as many of the jewels to your corner as possible. I found that literally just standing in your corner while holding A works too though. Although I am just using the normal difficulty CPU, so maybe that's why. And before you say anything, yes, I'm a wimp. So what? I want to actually be able to get an idea of how the game works and not immediately lose to an expert computer player. Dodge Fuzzy, Get Dizzy. They really like referencing that Yoshi's Island level, don't they? All you do is spin around on the touchscreen. It's fine, I guess. I'm really using the word fine a lot. If you notice the pattern, Pop Quiz. This is just a generic memory game. Just remember where the enemy was, which enemy did what, or so on. It's not bad, I guess, but just extremely forgettable. Like they didn't even have a unique name for it either. Pop Quiz. How original. It doesn't even really fit. Shooting Stars. For a game called Shooting Stars, there's a surprisingly low amount of stars. Use the touchscreen to push these balls in hopes of landing in spots that are worth the most points. It's kind of like that thing at Chuck E. Cheese, but I mean, I don't really care for it that much. It feels a little too random for my liking. Conquidor de Force? I think that's how you would say that. Oh boy, another recycled game type. It's one of those mini games where you and everyone else can either move something around or not. If it lands on you, oh no, bad thing happens. I'm absolutely terrible at least, so I don't really like this one that much. Bridge Saw Puzzle. Pick the piece that fits your bridge thingy. It's fine. They should have put that on the back of the box. It's fine. Blockbusters. Move around and shoot your blocks, but watch out because you can accidentally shoot someone else's blocks as well. You have to get rid of all of them to win that are yours. It's Fine. Okay. Goomba Guess. A bunch of Goombas and Goombrats will stand around and you just have to remember where the Goombas are. But don't touch the Goombrats because you'll lose points. I didn't know that when I was playing, so I was just kind of randomly mashing around the screen thinking, like, if I get there fast enough, I'll get more points, but that's not the case. I should have put, like, a really big warning on the screen that said, don't touch the Goombrats. I don't care. Boss battles are back once again, and there's 12 of them total. They function basically exactly like they do in the other indie cube games, with 2 phases. Mega Goomba's Bad Dream. This one is so stupid. You just steal apples from the big Goomba while he's sleeping. I don't get how this is a boss battle. You were causing 0 bodily harm to him. He'll be fine. He's just gonna go back to the store. King Boo's Light Smite. Grab light blocks and do some of the easiest platforming ever while avoiding peepas to get to King Boo and shine him with the light. Sometimes gold lights will appear that give more points. That's pretty crazy, guys, am I right? Mega Monty Moles in the Hole. It's just whack-a-mole with a little bit of a twist. Some of the moles aren't moles. They're bomb. Oh no. It's really not that hard to tell which is which either, so it doesn't even matter. Obviously the bombs are the ones with the giant fuses on their heads. It's not bad, but that's all I have to say. King Babam's Doom. I don't know how to say that. I'm not French, so I don't even know whether or not that's French. Anyway, this game just has you carry bombs to cannons, which I'm no expert, but I don't think that's how that works. If you get blown up by a bomb while you're carrying it or just standing next to it, you lose a point. Consider yourself lucky, Toad. You could have died. Losing a single point would be the last thing I would care about. Petey Piranha's Shell Smackdown. Hit the big plant man with shells. Bigger ones are worth more points. It's not bad, but it actually feels like a boss battle, I guess. I still don't care. Mega Bloopers Bayside Bop. This one is interesting because it's a rhythm game. You just have to press A whenever it's your turn. I don't get how this is like a boss battle though, because you don't do any damage to the blooper. Mega Dry Bones' Femur Fever. Why are all of these just mega versions of enemies? Mega Monty Mole, Mega Blooper, Mega Goomba, Mega Dry Bones. It's just so unnecessary. Why can't it just be Goomba, Dry Bones, Monty Mole? The Mario series is far from consistent when it comes to sizing. Anyway, this one is just whatever. You ground pound over and over and over again without getting hit. Kamek's Card Trick. Memorize where the cards are. You want the ones with the most arrows pointing down. Guess how I feel about it. Just take a guess. Bowser Jr.'s pound for pound. You ground pound buttons. Don't ask how this causes damage to him. Seriously, don't. I have no idea. I'm not even going to bother mentioning how I feel about a minigame from this point onward unless I actually kind of like it. Bowser's Space Race. The first of the 3 Bowser bosses. For some reason there's 3, I don't know why. You have to maneuver around this thing and not get hit by Bowser's attacks. I like this Mecha Bowser design for some reason, I don't know why. Bowser's Shocking Slip Up. You go around Bowser and hit blocks to electrocute him and don't get bananas. Bowser's Hit or Missile Mania. Mash A to power up your nuclear bomb while occasionally pressing B to block Bowser's attacks. I actually kind of like this one, and it's definitely my favorite of the 3 Bowser bosses, even though it mostly just requires mashing A. So those were all 12 boss battle minigames. I mean, I'm glad they're here, and they're still definitely one of my favorite aspects of this era of Mario Party, but they just don't really feel like bosses here. You're rarely attacking the enemy. Like, how is stealing a few apples, hitting some switches, or hitting a beach ball harming any of these bosses? Even back in previous games like 9 or whatever, when the minigame didn't directly involve you hurting the boss, you'd still see damage being inflicted on them. I guess the Goomba just got really sad about his apples being taken and like he died. Does it matter? No, I just felt like complaining about something. Believe it or not, but Coin Chaos minigames are all about coins. They're the primary focus of Coinathlon, surprisingly enough. In the minigames tab, they're all single player, but in Coinathlon, you're going up against at least one opponent. Tiles and Tribulations. It's one of those rotating block puzzle games where you have to spin around a set of 4 in order to make rows of at least 3 of the same block type. It's not bad, but that's not exactly praise towards this game. Oh wow, you did a pre-existing idea. Fine. Phenomenal. Rolling Rumble. Ever heard of bumper balls from like 4 different Mario Party games? It's essentially a single player oriented version of that iconic minigame. You just try to knock the Shy Guys off the stage. I actually kind of like it a lot. It gets pretty hectic towards the end there, and it doesn't really matter though, because if you get knocked off, you just respawn. But again, not exactly an original idea. Goomba Gold Rush. I noticed that Goombas are a subject of a lot of minigames. Are they slaves or something? Do they enjoy taking part in this? Anyway, well, considering that this game's all about shooting them and blowing them up, I can't imagine that they're fans of this. It's pretty good, one of the better minigames overall. Leaf Board Horde. Well, our first pretty bad minigame of the Coin Chaos games. You move right and left to collect coins while dodging spikes and wigglers. It just feels weird to control. I don't know, like this should have been one of those endless runner mobile games like Temple Run or something. You only have 3 places you can be, middle, right, or left. One Stop Toad Shop. This one just stresses me out. Quickly get the items the toads are ordering as fast as possible. Come on guys, I'm one man, give me a break. If you're too slow, they'll give you less money. If only that's how it worked in real life. Also, I'm likely just a minimum wage worker anyway, so why would I care if the company that I'm working for gets less money? I'll take my time, thank you. It's fine. Cheap Reach. Grab fish awkwardly, no thanks. Samurai Smackdown. I've never seen a samurai use a squeaky hammer toy before, but okay. I actually like this one. Press A to hit airborne enemies and press B to hit ones on the ground. My only criticism is how painfully slow you move. I've seen a turtle with no legs move faster. Pinball Brawl. It's literally just pinball. I have nothing to add. Silver Lining. This one sucks. It's just so generic. Bounce on clouds to get coins, and the controls are not good. I do not like this minigame. Conveyor Meltdown. Separate the regular and gold mushrooms. You make the conveyor belts move left or right. I don't like this one because I'm bad at it. The second I'm bad at something makes it terrible. Steel Diver. Use the submarine to collect coins. It's okay. I don't exactly care for the way it controls, but it's fine. House of Booze. Ever heard of this really obscure video game called Pac-Man? It's kind of like that. Go around a maze and collect coins while avoiding ghosts, which is just like Pac-Man basically. It's fine, but it genuinely just feels like a knockoff. Ooh, but it's different in the fact that only parts of the map have coins at a time. Okay, the Coin Chaos games are actually decent, probably a better selection than the main ones on average. There are a whopping 3 Bowser's Gauntlet minigames. ND Cube, don't overwork yourselves. They feel a lot like the Bowser minigames from Mario Party 10, but a lot worse because nobody plays as Bowser here. Bowser's Fence Fury. Climb around on fences and don't get hit or something. Bowser's Power Bomb. Avoid the bombs on this wobbly platform while also punching your opponents. Wow, it's just so zany, guys. I just don't care, man. Bowser's Fire Hazard. Don't get burnt. Okay. And those are all of the minigames in Mario Party Star Rush. That was fine, I guess. Overall, they aren't bad. I'm almost positive that there are other Mario Party games with a worse average, but I just don't care about 90% of these. Samurai Smackdown is the only one that I actually remember the name of, and even then I had to double check. And yeah, I only remember Pizza Me Mario from 9's name, but the fact that I can't remember any of the others from Star Rush after just playing it says something. I know the gameplay is more important than the name, but still. It's just more puzzle game stuff. You have to cycle through numbers 1 to 4 and line them up to eliminate rows so you don't fill the screen. It's okay, I mean it's fun I guess, but it's just another generic puzzle side mode that all of these Mario Party games are apparently legally obligated to include now. Castle Clear Out in 9, the entire puzzle minigame subcategory in Island Tour, Jewel Drop in 10. I just don't get why they keep doing these. They're never abysmal or anything, they're fun enough I guess. I just don't think people care enough about them to warrant their continued inclusion. If I wanted to play a block-based puzzle game, I'd just play Tetris or something. They're fine bonus modes, but when the main selection of minigames already feels lacking, I would have rather had the developers spend more time on that than creating a side puzzle game that nobody cares about. As with Rhythm Recital, this should have just been shoved into a subcategory in the minigame section. Why does this have its own dedicated spot on the main menu? The final actual mode that I'll be discussing is the Challenge Tower. Just judging by the name alone, I figured this would be similar to Bowser's Tower from Island Tour. I mean, they're both tower modes. Nope. Challenge Tower is stupid, I don't get it. You climb around this tower thing and avoid the amps. I just don't get it. I'm assuming red means bad and yellow means almost bad. But still, if you can believe it, this is just another completely pointless and skippable mode with no reason to exist. Have you ever wanted to view fairly low quality 3D models of Mario characters? You have? Well, I've got the Mario Party Star Rush mode for you. It's the Character Museum. You look at the 3D models of the characters and that's basically it. You can swap out which character you use on the main menu. How is this game not talked about more? There's also some amiibo stuff, but like I mentioned earlier, that's not possible for me to do. I have a few miscellaneous things that I want to quickly discuss. Amiibo. This game brought alongside it the second wave of Super Mario Amiibo, which includes some of my favorites from that line. Wario, Waluigi, and the glow-in-the-dark Boo. Neat. There's the Mario Party Star Rush Party Guest application on the 3DS that you can't download anymore. It basically allowed you to play the full game via download play with another player if they had the actual game. If you don't have this downloaded, I think you can still do download play. It'll just be a more limited selection of things to do. I guess that's a good thing that they did that, I guess. The pre-release temporary box art is hilarious to me. It's like they tried to download a PNG but got tricked by one of those fake ones. I get it was temporary, but still, you just gotta find the joy in the little things in life these days. In conclusion, Mario Party Star Rush is fine. It's a decent game and there's fun to be had, but it just isn't as good as most, if any, previous entries. There's a lot of stuff to do, I guess, but no mode feels like it has enough content to warrant its own existence. Toad Scramble's not terrible, but the boards themselves are. Coinathlon is good, but there's not enough minigames. Balloon Bash. Speaking of the minigames, they're just kind of mediocre. The side modes are completely just nothing. Despite the game being fine, it's mostly skippable. There's nothing here that you need to experience. If you're a die-hard Mario Party fan that wants to play every single game, then sure, go ahead, I guess. but if you're a more casual consumer of the series, I don't see why you'd want to go out and buy this one. Again, it is not bad, it's just there. Maybe if I played it back when it came out, I'd have a more positive outlook on the game, you know, nostalgia and all, but I didn't, so I don't. Now, where does it rank? In case you forgot, starting with Mario Party 10's video, I decided to rank these games for some stupid reason that only me from like 8 months ago knows. Currently, it's 9 in first, Island Tour in second, and 10 in third. I'm really conflicted here. It's tied with 10. They're both alright games for the most part, but have a lot of stupid stuff. Island Tour, it's fine. It's decent single player wise, I guess. Has fine mini games. And Mario Party 9 is just a flat out good game, and I will die on that hill. Next on the list, Mario Party the Top 100. If I thought Star Rush was a filler game, then what does that make this?